And it is time for Building Rural Wealth this morning. Denise Miller with me. Denise, how are you?
I'm great.
Nice to see you.
It's good to be here.
And we have with us Diane Wise. Diane, how are you?
Good.
So I have to say, I glanced through this morning, and this is one that's interesting with me. You don't have a money problem. You have a decision problem.
That's right.
Okay, Denise.
If the thought of retirement feels stressful.
And it does.
Most people assume it's a money problem. Oh, I don't have enough. I need better investments. I should be paying closer attention. But that's almost never the real issue. The real issue is decisions. Because once you hit your 50s and 60s, the questions stop being theoretical. When do I stop working? How much money can we spend without regretting it later? When should I claim Social Security? What happens to taxes when the paycheck disappears? What if something goes wrong? And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people are obsessing over their money to avoid facing their decisions. So today we're going to talk about the difference between managing money and managing decisions, and why confusing the two creates stress that doesn't go away.
This is a good one. So why do I feel overwhelmed, Diane?
Well, okay, let's just clear something up. You're probably not overwhelmed because you've been irresponsible. You're overwhelmed because there's too many decisions. They all feel connected, and none of them feel easy to undo if you should make the wrong choice. Every choice feels like it could be the one you regret later. We hear it all the time. I'm afraid of messing this up. I don't know what to decide first. What if I choose wrong and can't fix it? That kind of stress doesn't come from laziness. It comes from carrying too many unresolved decisions in your head at the same time. And no one makes good decisions that way.
Okay, so money problems versus decision problems. Okay,
well,
Denise.
Here's where most people go wrong. They think retirement planning means watching the market, checking balances, tweaking investments, reacting to headlines, but that's money management. It's not bad, it's just not the main problem. The real challenge is decision management. Which decisions actually matter? When each one should be made, how one choice affects the rest, and what needs to be decided now and what doesn't. Money management reacts to numbers. Decision management prepares you for real life. And retirement is mostly about life decisions and not market movements.
That's interesting.
And I want to say this, and it's something that of course we do a lot of reading, but one of the things that I read last week was, do you ever have anybody sit in your office and tell you they regret, that they didn't invest in one fund? Maybe. But I think more often than that, most people regret the fact that they didn't make a decision to go on that trip, to do that thing, to have that relationship. That's a decision thing. That doesn't affect your money. It affects your decision making. So I just thought that was really interesting.
Absolutely. Why does this get more complicated, maybe more dangerous as you age, Diane?
Well, because in your 50s and 60s, decisions feel more permanent. Mistakes can be more costly, and emotions get involved. Claiming Social Security at the wrong time, and that choice will follow you for decades. Retire without understanding taxes, and surprises will follow. Make withdrawals without a plan, and confidence erodes quickly. Without a process, people do one of three things. They delay decisions, they react under pressure, or they rely on gut instincts and hope for the best. That's not a strategy, and it can make for some stressful decisions down the road.
Yeah, and many times poor decisions, too, when you're in that situation.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's talk about reducing stress because we all want to reduce our stress.
I know.
Help me with this, Denise. We want to reduce stress. What do we do?
Well, here's the part that most people don't expect. Stress doesn't come from having to make decisions. It comes from not knowing how they fit together. A real planning process does 3 things. First, it forces decisions in the right order. You stop trying to solve everything at once. You deal with what matters now, and everything else waits its turn. The second thing it does is it creates boundaries. You know what's reasonable, you know what's risky, and you know what trade-offs look like before you make them. And third, it replaces guessing with scenarios. You test ideas instead of hoping. You explore what if before life makes it real. And that's when planning stops feeling scary and starts feeling practical.
Yes. A plan.
A plan.
A plan. An executed plan.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So that kind of changes everything. That shift from what is going on, what do I do, I don't have enough money to, here's my plan. So that kind of shifts everything, right, Diane?
Yes, yeah. When people finally move from the stressful thinking to focused planning, something changes. Conversations slow down and the picture gets clearer. Spouses get on the same page, and decisions don't feel rushed, they feel planned. The biggest change is they stop asking, what's the perfect move, and start asking, does this decision make sense given what we've already planned? That question alone removes a huge amount of pressure from people.
Mm-hmm. It's great information. I mean, to make that distinction and to know that a plan, you might be stressing over all these things because you don't deal with it. You don't know what the right answer is, what's going to happen. Put a plan. And that's what you do all the time.
All the time.
See, that takes a lot of stress off of people to know that you do this is what you do, so they should visit with you about it. So wrap this up for me, Diane.
Well, managing your money matters, but managing decisions is what determines whether retirement feels steady or stressful. If you're feeling stuck or anxious or constantly second-guessing yourself, it doesn't mean that you're behind the 8 ball. If you want help organizing decisions and not just watching the numbers, come talk to us.
That is a great distinction.
I mean, it really is. And, it's sort of like setting off on a giant trip without a plan of how far you're going to drive and where you're going to stay and how you're going to get there. That's what we do with retirement. We take a look at the road ahead and make a plan.
I love it. Great information. How can people get in touch?
They can call the office, 712-623-5726. You can always check out our website at milestonefinancialgroup.com.
Now, this time of year, should we be putting, it's the first of the year.
Sure.
Let's say it's first month of the year. You might think, you know what, let's get this put together.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Everyone wants a little less stress in their life, don't they?
Absolutely.
Here you go.
Absolutely. And we look at the whole picture.
Yeah.
And sometimes that makes people uncomfortable too, but nobody likes an unpleasant surprise.
Right. And the best way to avoid that is plan.
Right. Absolutely.